Now, I'd like to share an image I just saw on the way down here after showering. I passed one of my favorite postcards, and it's a copy of William Blake's painting of Apollo, the sun god, standing naked on a rock, sticking his big toe in the ocean, with the sun radiating around in a huge halo around his head and shoulders. So I thought, oh, goody, this be a great image to start out on. And so I ask you to see what you're seeing of this vision I just had of Blake's vision.
Mm. Yeah, I see Apollo standing on the rock. He's a young man with curly hair. And looks like he has a sense of humor. And he's sticking his toe in the ocean. And when I see that, I feel curious. Curious about the whole scene. Um, I feel the humor in it. Something about him sticking his toe in the ocean, even though he's a god. Not just a god, he's the god of the sun. So there's something about that incongruity that has some humor to it. Yeah, I feel myself just kind of looking at that image, waiting for what's might happen next.
Where is it touching you? How is it moving you?
Yeah, it's still this sense of curiosity and humor. I feel it in my chest. I feel it in my arms. Uh, there's a certain tension to it. It's not a heavy, troubling tension, but it's more like being in suspense. Yeah, I'm not seeing it very strongly. I'm just being with it to see if this image will come to life more. Yeah, now I see him with his toe in the water, and I'm tuning into a different quality about it. Um, it looks very relaxed. Um, at ease in himself. And really just that. See him like he's checking the water's temperature before he goes in. He's just relaxed and curious and sticks his toe in. And I see that golden light around his head. So I'm feeling this sense of power and strength in him, but that he's so at ease with his own power and his own strength that he doesn't need to do anything in particular. And so he's just checking out the temperature of the water in unself-conscious way. And I feel I feel some of that. I feel it in my arms, in my chest. I feel some warmth. Notice my breath more. And I feel it, feel some relaxation in my whole body, like a slowing down and being called into some of that relaxation myself. And I see him with his toe. He's kind of swishing the water around a little bit, just like enjoying making some ripples in the water. The water is very calm. Yeah. And then the ripples, yeah, there's some kind of connection between the ripples of the water and that orange light behind his head. Just like that sunlight and that strength and that at easeness rippling outwards with these slow spreading ripples on the water. I see the stone he's standing on, and it's very dark stone, like lava rock. And I'm enjoying that contrast between the stone and the water and the sun. Just those three different elements meeting. Feel some strength coming up in me. Just that mix of elemental energies plus that something about that jagged lava rock meeting the water there. Feels strong, feels powerful. I'm enjoying feeling that strength in my body, but also that relaxed, at ease quality. That brilliant sunlight, that glow, and those ripples spreading outward. Yeah, I really like that combination of different qualities and details within the image, and feeling that warmth inside myself. It's got a strong energy to it, but also settling and relaxing. Yeah.
You're having a cheering audience of two. The first was William Blake, and the
Mm.
second was Janie.
Mm. I'd love to meet William Blake.
You
Yeah,
just
if you
did.
know where I
You just
if you know
did.
where I can find him.
He's right there. He's right there.
Okay,
I tell you, promise you. I just saw him. He just appeared
good.
right in the middle of you, and he's clapping. And then
Mm.
a minute later, Jenny's clapping with him,
Mm.
at you, in you, with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're all in good company.
Yes, exactly.
We've got a whole troop of pilgrims here.
Okay, so that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect. I've been trying to work out what I call a lesson plan so that we could demonstrate how you move by getting into it and with it in order to get out of being out of it. And I thought of how wonderful it would be to do that with you, because you're so good at making these distinctions that enable us to realize the manifold layering of all these images within us, which are each one lenses changing the coloration and the formation of what we're seeing and sensing. And I mean, I was just so enjoying this that before I saw Blake coming out and clapping at you, I was thinking how pleased he would be that anyone was there with him in his understanding. And you had asked me, did I want to go first? Well, that what you said, I think very close right off the bat, was something about being equal. And I think that that's what I experienced this time in myself, of feeling equal to all of it, equal to the ocean, equal to the rock, equal to the big toe, equal to the strong, straightforward, forthright nakedness, and equal to the sunrise, which is a new thing for me, because I'm pretty used to being kind of small and shrink like any old introvert might be. So it's like, and then you describe the expansiveness of the engagement so eloquently and strongly, because that's how it goes. This practice of getting into these animating inner motion pictures, now scientifically known as eidetics, that are the images that make the body-mind connection. But you demonstrated so perfectly that the time it takes, and the attention, and the curiosity, and the interest it takes for them to come alive, because they are very alert, and they really don't come into play until they get the full attention that will allow their presence to make itself fully felt the way you just did. So they're kind of shy and shrinking back too, until they know we're ready. So welcome them with open arms. So it's really, this practice, what does it do? It welcomes us to grasp all this stuff we learned to be shamed about, humiliated, and diminished by. And you just did a perfect demonstration of showing the essence of the whole way of seeing and sensing. Perfect. Giving us whole picture of what it's like. You look a little more, you go a little deeper, comes a little clearer, and it comes out a bit stronger. And those are your inner strengths gathering together to give you that brightness that feels really good, whether it's relaxed or yes. Perfect.
Now Blake's clapping even harder.
See, this is perfect cooperation that we have we have developed. Perfect. The sort of cooperation that each and every one of us is capable of, if only we know that it takes a little practice. We've been hearing people think that, they're saints and angels that are sort of some other tribe out there. They're They're in us like this. And that's not a travesty. That does not diminish them. That enables us to be equal to them in a way that we can experience our big-heartedness and our wholeness, our relatedness.
Hey, would you like to do reciprocal vision on my vision
Sure.
of your vision?
You want me to do reciprocal vision of your vision? Let's see. Well, okay, let me see. Okay, I'll try. What comes to me immediately now is I just was thrilled, tickled pink, as we might say, when you saw the humor in it. Because as you went on remarking on the humor in Blake's painting, I realized that all these years I had sort of gotten that, but I had never been out loud about it. And so I was very thankful to you for that. So that's where we start out. And what's happening right now, it's maybe my image is just a little blurry, but what I'm a sense of the forthrightness of the leg coming forward is shining out to me more brightly. Of that leg lifting out in front of the rock and the big toe going in. But I feel the strength and the brightness in that, and the light in that forwardness of the leg. And now that I am saying that, I can see that my images, my eidetic imagination is working like hell to get me to go straight and stay straight and be straight and keep going straight, because I came out of such infinite screwiness that even at 85, I'm really struggling, to get a hold of straightening out and keeping going straight, because I grew up in a very screwy situation. So that the good humor in that is good for, because that's been quite trying, that straightforwardness did not predominate in my consciousness, although my daddy had it, but it got so buried alive in all the other screwiness, the alcoholism, the schizziness, the Tourette's, the manic depression. So for that straightforwardness to being coming forward now is a triumph well beyond a lot of people's imagination. But that's why I want people to know my transformational autobiography, because I just consider myself as exhibit A of now we can see how to do this, and we can see how to share in doing this, and we can do it lifelong, because it just keeps getting better, going deeper, getting clearer, getting better. On our own, when we share it, and what we are doing, bears witness to that. Just progressive, self and mutually illuminating, transformative understanding that we gain from just learning how to concentrate, move by move, body response by body response. So that's it. That's the message for the moment. Straightforward.
Painting.
The straightforwardness of the whole power of a man's leg. All that musculature.
What if you see his toe going into the water?
Oh, okay. God, isn't funny. It's big toe. I can see the nail. And I have this funny feeling of how big this big toe is. But I also feel it squirming around a little because the water's a little cold. Uh-oh. And now he just went swimming. And you see, here I am in this fancy place, and they can't even keep the swimming pool going, so I can't go swimming. So my images are going swimming for me, taking me swimming for me. That's because I moved here to be able to go swimming. So now I have to do it here. So now Apollo is showing me that I can go swimming anyway. And I feel that. I feel that swimming, the swimming more like there, but I feel I'm feeling the strokes, the steady. There's a nice steadiness in the swimming movement that you never get from walking. It's just there's a whole resonance when you're swimming that you just. And now I'm really feeling the impetus, the kick, and the how that moves me straight forward, and the arm comes up. Oh, wow. That's really lovely to know that I can have a swim like that when I'm being deprived of it in actuality. Oh, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it so steadily and so competently. And you would never know that I was an irascible, intemperate soul. This perfect temperament this swimmer has, absolutely perfectly good nature. Nothing gonna upset this creature. It's so funny. I have to laugh at just the prospect of me being that steady. Whoa. Or having that steadiness in me, modeling the steadiness that I should model every minute of the day. Wow. So there you got it. You got misquietude.
Mm, pickled pink.
Huh? In the pink. Misquietude in the pink.
I see William Blake doing the backstroke right alongside you.
See, you really are my dancing partner, Jerry. That's terrific. Dancing in the light.
Speaking of light, what about that orange light?
You know, it's funny. It's flaring now that you mention it. It's like a V flare behind his shoulders. V flare. V for victory. Tangerine flare.
Mm,
And it's, we talk about uplifting arms. It has a up. See that? You see it? It activated all that in me.
hmm
See, there's an awful lot in these images you can bring into play when you just take the time to concentrate, make the time to concentrate. They have so much to bring out in us. Look at that, bringing out.
So what I was going to say is, imagine you've had this postcard on your wall for how long?
Well, since I moved in here, probably since 2007.
And it's had all these gifts and powers hidden in it all that time.
Yeah, and I just kept walking by it. And thanks to you, I looked into it.
This was the time, yeah.
Voila.
V for victory and V for voila.